What it is not again, it's not a Father Christmas activity. Because I've had a lot of people say, oh, why is this person not there? Why is that person not there? Persons who are concerned, who think that they deserve a state pardon, can I? And then their requests, their prayers would be considered. And what has happened is that already there are persons, there are families who are saying, we also expect our own person to be considered, and they are, as citizens, they have the freedom to do this. I made a point about jurisprudential, about the jurisprudential indication, which is that even after persons have been punished, they can be reformed, they can be reintegrated into society. But it does not mean that they have been convicted. A pardon is not the declaration of an immunity for that person. It does not mean that if the individual commits a crime again, that person will not be duly dealt with. I've heard a lot of people saying, oh, this amounts to the promotion of corruption. Hey, it's an asinine thing to say. Because what it means is that people, the fact that Mr. X has been pardoned does not mean that Mr. Y will now, on the basis of that, say, oh, he will go and also commit a similar crime. That is not a defense in criminal law.
Okay, if I can just come in here, I reckon that some of the people, talking about this appreciate the fact that, yes, the president, the council has got the powers to do this. But their grouse is, okay, he can do this. The council can do this. But why at this time? This is still very fresh in the memories of the people, and you're doing it now. And a lot of people have said, okay, this is in connection with 2015. Well,
it depends on who is commenting on it. And we ought to note one thing, that opinion is divided on this matter. There are persons who are defending the position, what has happened, with as much vehemence as people who are opposing it. The thing to note is that the issue of state pardon is emotional, it's controversial. There is bound to be political drama being generated around it. And it's not just here. It happens in other jurisdictions. Take the example of the United States. When President Gerald Ford in 1974 decided to pardon President Nixon, who was involved in the Watergate scandal, there was similar furore. People protested. They said, why should we pardon President Nixon? But at the end of the day, when Jimmy Carter took over from Gerald Ford, in his inaugural address, go and check, the controversy had gone down. President Carter seized on that particular issue and was praising Gerald Ford for his spirit of reconciliation, for trying to heal the country. I give you to heal, the wounds in the country. I give you another example. When President Clinton was leaving, he pardoned 100 persons. One of the persons pardoned was a lady, Susan McDougall, who had refused to testify against Mr. Clinton and Mrs. Clinton in the Whitewater case, the Arkansas case. Okay? And people said, oh, it's because of Susan McDougall, that this has been done. And these other 98 persons, minus his own brother, whom he also pardoned. His brother had been jailed for drug trafficking, or for drug-related matters. And he pardoned his own brother too. Okay? And there was a lot of controversy over it. So there is never a time that there will be no controversy. And the Constitution does not say this is the right time to do it. The Constitution is very clear. It says the president may grant any person. So it's not a question of time because it's discretionary. It's simply a question of discretion. But as I said, it's also not a Father Christmas activity. And it does not amount to a condonation of crime. Don't forget,